check who all are there. Srishti from Bareilly. Srishti from Bareilly is here. Mohammed Adam from Talegaon. Mohammed Adam from Talegaon. Mohammed Adam. Talegaon. Mohammed Adam is here. Nidhi Panchal.
Yes, sir, I am here.
Okay. Tejaswini.
Yes, sir, I am present.
Okay. Aisha Siddiqui. Aisha Siddiqui. Aisha Siddiqui. Aisha Siddiqui is not there. Aisha Siddiqui, Noornagar. Gurmandeep Singh. Gurmandeep Singh. Sukhmeet Kaur. सुखमीत कौर कहाँ है यार ये लोग? वो आप वो वाला दिखाइए तो वेलकम टू नो की इसमें लिखा होता है ना वो वाला बैक में वो दिखाओ आप ना जिसमें नाम
वो होस्टिंग रूम से ना उन्होंने भी शेयर कर रखा अपना स्क्रीन।
अच्छा ठीक
वो अभी थोड़ी देर में।
So now we have done this streaming over here.
Hello.
First Net is also present.
Bamba is also present.
That's Busnet from Sikkim is not gone out, sir. He is also present.
All of you listen to me. हाँ ठीक है ये रहना चाहिए. ये सुनो वो जो 4 स्लाइड्स है ना वो दिखानी है.
जैसे आप मुझे इशारा करेंगे
इंटरनेट लग रहा है फोन भी कंटिन्यू on audible first. There's no sound coming.
Okay, all of you, can you hear me? And all those attendees also can hear me. Good morning to you all. Now, there's a YouTube link shared.
Good morning,
Those,
sir.
good morning. Now, there's a YouTube link. It has been shared. It can be, you can join straight away there also. I'll just check once again.
Sir, can you
Mohammed.
please put the YouTube link in the chat box, sir?
Okay, okay. Okay, good morning to all of you. Can you hear me? Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay. Good morning to all of you. My name is Colonel Rahul Srivastav, and on behalf of the MOD, I welcome you all to this interactive virtual session of the project VeerGatha 3.0. It is very heartening to see students from all over the country connected today for this session from Standard 3 to Standard 12. We are very happy to welcome you all, and a big thank you to the state and district nodal officers of the country, all the principals and teachers and the coordinators for their involvement and efforts. Dear students, you must be aware that the first war of independence started in 1857, and after a long struggle, we finally achieved freedom on the 15th of August 1947. From Rani Lakshmi Bai in 1857 to Mangal Pandey to Shahid Bhagat Singh to Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose to Mahatma Gandhi, the list of freedom fighters is endless. But achieving independence is not enough. We have to protect this independence to enjoy the freedom that we have achieved. Our country had to fight the enemy many times to protect our country against Pakistan in 1947, 48, in 1965, in 1971, and in 1999 in Kargil, and we had to fight with China in 1962 and 1967. Dear students, you must also know that the soldiers of our country are also there in the United Nations peacekeeping force in Cambodia, Somalia, Congo. Many of our brave hearts attended martyrdom fighting the enemy, and there are many who fought the enemy bravely to protect our nation. Now, the Indian Armed Forces valiantly guard the country's borders every day to uphold the sovereignty and the territorial integrity of the nation. They make the ultimate sacrifice when called upon to do so to uphold our values and protect our citizens. To honor their steadfast dedication and acknowledge their brave acts, Gallantry Awards, which are symbolic of a soldier's selfless sacrifice and heroic valor on the battlefield, were introduced. The awards, instituted post-independence by the Government of India on 26 January 1950, are Paramveer Chakra, Mahavir Chakra, and Veer Chakra. Later, on the 4th of January 1952, three other Gallantry Awards were instituted, namely Ashok Chakra Class 1, Ashok Chakra Class 2, and Ashok Chakra Class 3. These were later renamed as Ashok Chakra, Kirti Chakra, and Shaurya Chakra. These awards are divided into wartime and peacetime awards, respectively, right? So now these Gallantry Awards are announced twice in a year, first on the occasion of the Republic Day and then on the occasion of the Independence Day. To ignite the spirit of patriotic fervor among the citizens of the country, the Ministry of Defense conceptualized and developed the Gallantry Awards portal project, that is GAP. We can show the view file on the Gallantry Awards portal. If you have a look now, this is what I am talking about. Gallantry Awards portal was instituted by the Government of India, and the vision statement identified it is to transform India into a strong nation by enhancing patriotic and civic consciousness of our citizens using digital technology. This online portal, dedicated to the Gallantry Award winners bestowed since independence, was launched by the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Modi ji in 2017, and the Gallantry Awards portal has a comprehensive database comprising text, photos, videos, and recordings of both written and oral records of all the awardees since 1947, and this is regularly updated. Since its launch in 2017, the portal has undergone several transformational changes. This portal was revamped with interactive features and relaunched in January 2022 by Honorable Union Minister of Defence Rajnath Singh Ji. Now, this Gallantry Awards portal project aims to propagate the cause of nation building by honoring the valiant soldiers of our armed forces and civilians by bringing the stories of their heroic deeds and sacrifices to the nation through the digital means. The research and content development domain of this portal is being managed by the United Service Institution of India, that is USI, and since December 2021. The USI is a national security and defense services institution, and this is the institution which is basically a think tank located in New Delhi, right? Now, a team of young, talented, and passionate researchers are meticulously working to transform the portal into an informative, interesting, and reliable source about the Gallantry Awards of India. This portal, Gallantry Awards portal that we are talking about, currently has accounts of more than 4,000 awardees, of which there are 21 Paramveer Chakra, 212 Mahavir Chakra, 1,334 Veer Chakra, 97 Ashok Chakra, 486 Kirti Chakra, and 2,122 Shaurya Chakra awardees. In addition to these, fresh awards are mentioned and announced, which are announced on the Republic Day and Independence Day every year. Names of these awardees are uploaded on the portal and disseminated on social media each year. Now, the social media posts are also disseminated regularly by the USI on the official Twitter handle, as well as on the Facebook and other platforms, right? Now, the USI manages the website for the Ministry of Defense by providing the material in form of write-ups, graphic plates, photographs, and videos. We would like to see, dear students of our country, to visit the Gallantry Awards portal. Can we have the Gallantry Awards portal view file? Yeah, this is the Gallantry Awards portal, which you see on your view file. Now, this is the one which we would like to see, and you must go and read the stories of our heroes and all the other valuable contents which are there, and these are the ones which will make you a better citizen tomorrow. As part of the interaction phase of VeerGatha 3, today we are here to introduce you to a brave heart of our nation who has done India proud. I am honored to introduce you all to our distinguished panelists today, Brigadier Umesh Singh Bawa, who is sitting on my left. He is a Veer Chakra awardee and also a Sena Medal recipient, and who is a hero of the Kargil War. Brigadier Bawa was trained in the prestigious Indian Military Academy, Dehradun, and commissioned into Jat Regiment. He commanded the 17th Jat during the Kargil War in 1999 and was awarded Veer Chakra for his gallant role during the actions in the Kargil War. His unit captured the Pimple Complex part of Point 4875 in Mashko Valley, and he has served the Indian Army with pride for 35 years. Brigadier Bawa is a PhD from Lucknow University and has authored a book, Mashko, Kargil as I Saw It. I can show you the book here. This is the book that Brigadier Bawa has authored. This is available on the Amazon. Now, this is the book in which he has recounted his true war experiences, and Brigadier Bawa retired from the Army service in December 2013, sir. Now, I request Brigadier Bawa, sir, to please share his experiences with you all. After listening to his experiences, we will have questions from the students, and I will request you to please keep your audio muted. Thank you, and please listen to Brigadier Bawa. Thank you, sir.
At the outset, let me thank the Ministry of Defense and Colonel Rahul Srivastava and his team to have given me this opportunity to address the young students of India. I'm really honored for this time that has been given to me for addressing all of you and sharing my experience of Kargil War with you all. I was the commanding officer of 17th Battalion, the Jat Regiment during the Kargil War. Kargil War started from 3rd of May and finished on 26th of July 1999. Before I delve into the operations in particular, I would like to introduce you to the type of terrain at which this Kargil War was fought. My battalion was deployed or inducted into the Mashko Valley, and there was point 4875, the highest point in that area, which was occupied by the Pakistani intruders and infiltrators. When we went there, we were actually 100 kilometers away from this area. When we came to know that Pakistani intruders have come and occupied the heights in the Kargil area, then my unit was inducted into the Mashko Valley. Mashko Valley consisted of, great mountains with a height of about 16,000 feet. During the month of May, the top peaks were having snow on it, and there was a lush valley of Mashko, which were deserted by the villages because of the Pakistan firing on the villages. There were no vegetation at all, and at this particular height, it was difficult even to breathe because the oxygen was very less. The fighting efficiency of a soldier in such areas comes down by almost 50%. If he can carry 30 kgs on his back in a normal terrain, in high altitude terrain where this battle was fought, a soldier could carry barely 15 kgs, including his arms and ammunition. Such were the tough conditions in that area. And if you operate in this area, there is a requirement for the troops to acclimatize in such terrain and heights so that they do not get mountain sickness or other sickness which are related to high mountains. After giving you the broad picture of the area where we fought this war, now I will take you to the time when my unit was inducted to Mashko Valley. We were inducted on 26th of May. It took me 2 days to come to that area in the Mashko Valley where our main objective was. I was the commanding officer, and initially we were briefed on this area by the brigade commander of that place, who had also come to that area for about 2 days before. He told me dryly and showed me point 4875. There are 8 to 10 militants on top. Just go up and bring them down by the neck down below. I also thought that it was an easy task, and just 8 to 10 militants, nothing much. We will go up and bring them down. So I earmarked almost 1 company for this operation to go platoon wise. Their company has about 100 people, and it has 3 platoons, and each platoon has got about 30 people in it. So I had sent about 100 people up towards point 4875, where we were expecting the militants. Before point 4875, there was another height, point 4540, which was required to be captured before we moved further. So my operation started on 28th of May with Bravo Company going ahead for this operation. They were able to capture point 4540 on that night, and there were hardly any firefight with the enemy because the enemy fired few shots and withdrew from that area, seeing our strength. There were just probably about 2 to 3 people sitting there. So that was the first success I got, and the whole battalion was quite upbeat with the first success. Then the next area was point 4875, where another platoon of Bravo Company was sent on 29th. This platoon was led by Subedar Harful Singh. And when he reached near point 4875, when he was just about 100 meters short of it, there were 8 medium machine guns of the enemy which fired very heavily on these people. Subedar Harful, along with his men, was taken aback. He was completely surprised with this type of fire. We were told just 8 to 10 people, and here there were 8 machine guns, means there must be around 20 to 25 people sitting in that area. The whole platoon got disorganized, but they took positions and returned fire and were able to, return fire to the enemy and fought valiantly. But doing so, one JCO, that Subedar Harful, along with his 5 men, were killed in action, and about 10 soldiers were badly wounded due to gunshot wounds. And rest of the platoon disorganized and fell back. Some came back to the regimental aid post to get the medical first aid, and some came back to the company headquarters. And some people also came back to the battalion headquarters. It took me almost 24 hours to know that my 6 soldiers have been killed, because the rest were accounted for, but 6 were missing. I sent a patrol next day towards these people to pick up my, soldiers' dead bodies. I raised a red flag thinking that the enemy will,
Hello. My
We will be joining in 2 minutes. There is slight error in the audio. We'll be joining in 2 minutes. Please, everybody, be patient. हेलो, एक सेकंड मैम, इसमें ना पार्टिसिपेंट आपके ना ज़्यादा हो रखे हैं, तो आप रिट्राई कीजिए। आप रिट्राई कीजिए। जॉइन हुआ है आपका भी? यार हैंग कर रहा है आपका। तो आप ना रिट्राई करते जी, रिट्राई कर
Sir, your video is not visible. You are not visible to us. It's only on audio only mode now. Hello? There is no sound, sir. You are not audible to us. You are not visible to.
Good morning. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm Jess.
Hello? Sir, you are not visible and audible to us, sir.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir. Jasmine from Basti Sheikh Jalandhar Government School. I'm audible. Good afternoon, sir. I'm Jasmine from Government Girls Senior Secondary Basti Sheikh Jalandhar.
Sir, you are not visible to us. You are not audible. Hello? Sir, you are not visible. There is no sound coming.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, sir. Is there anybody? There is no sound coming and not audible and as well as not visible. What's going on, sir? पाँचों बैग अभी रुक जाओ, एक मिनट है अभी देख रहे हैं। बैंक को थोड़ी देर हवा खा लो, अभी वो जमा करके ले आए हम पाँचों बैग। भाई hello sir, our internet is running low, sir.
I audible? Hello everyone, am I audible? Am I audible?
ये उन्होंने ऊपर से वो स्क्रीनशॉट डाल रखा होगा। आप वेबकैम का भी दीजिए ना, पिन करिए वेबकैम, उसको हटाइए।
ठीक है सर, आप ऊपर जाकर
इसको हटवा दीजिए।
स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं।
Hello, welcome back. Sorry for the technical glitch out there. We had some interruption. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Over to Brigadier Bawa. Sir.
Yeah, sorry for the interruption. It was beyond our control. So I will just recapitulate, where we were when we left, so that we can connect further. I had told you that I had sent my patrol party to retrieve my dead bodies, which the Pakistanis did not permit us. Then I called them back, and then I decided, if I have to retrieve my dead bodies, that means I have to capture this point 4875. Then only we'll be able to, retrieve the bodies of our comrades. With this mission in mind, I addressed my troops once again, and to motivate them, I told them that to retrieve these dead bodies, we have to capture point 4875 at all costs. In order to motivate them for this action, I also told them that this opportunity to fight a war comes once in lifetime of a soldier. Either we do it or we don't do it. There are no runners up in this war. Either we win or we lose. So we decided that we have to win this war. So then what I did was, I sent more patrols in other directions to find out the strength of the enemy in that area. Because the area where I was going, I had met the opposition of 6 medium machine guns. I didn't want to, probe further from this direction. So once I sent patrols in other directions, after about a week, I got information that they all reported that they have seen 20 to 25 people in black salwar suits and some in uniforms. So finally, my information that I collected from these patrols, I came to know that there are not 8 to 10 people sitting on top. There were good about 60 to 70 people sitting on top of point 4875 and the hills nearby. When I told my brigade commander, he would not believe me. He said, okay, we'll go for a helicopter recce and to confirm this news. So we decided to go for a helicopter recce, but helipad was only at Daras, which was about 10 kilometers from Mashko Valley. So while we were going during daytime in our vehicles, enemy spotted us. There were about 6-7 vehicles going together, and he spotted us and he started firing artillery on us. I could see the rounds falling in front of our vehicles, to the sides and to the rear, but luckily none hit us on the vehicles itself. We were safe and we reached the helipad at Daras. When we reached at Daras helipad, we were told that the helicopter will come here from behind and it will only wait for about 10 to 15 seconds. You have to just jump from the into the helicopter and it will take you towards point 4875. This was done because even the helipad was under the enemy observation and he could fire his artillery guns on the helipad itself. So in order to save the casualties, this was done. After some time, we saw the helicopter coming towards the helipad. Both me and my commander jumped from the side and entered the helipad and the helicopter. Helicopter was taken up on point 4875. The pilot showed us the area. We could see small black dots on that, we were more than 5,000 feet high. from that objective of 0.4875. And those men were looking like small dots from the height. My commander told the pilot to reduce the height so that we could see it clearly. When pilot did this, the enemy saw a helicopter, on top of his objective. He fired a shoulder-fired missiles on the helicopter. And we were just lucky that it missed us by just few meters. The pilot came to know, and straight away he, lifted the height of the helicopter to more than 5,000 feet and got back to us to the helipad. This was another, life, that, we skipped, the death coming so close to us. Hereafter, commander was, also convinced that there are about 60 to 70 people there, and so they will require 3 battalions to capture. Each battalion has got about 600 men to fight. After this, इसके बाद अपने ट्रुप्स को मोटिवेट करना था मैंने फॉर फाइनल अटैक. उनको मोटिवेट करने के लिए मैंने राम प्रसाद बिस्मिल के जो बोल थे वो बोले. सर फिरोशे की तमन्ना अब हमारे दिल में है. सर फिरोशे की तमन्ना अब हमारे दिल में है. देखना है जोर कितना बाजुए कातिल में है. इसके साथ साथ श्री गुरु गोविंद सिंह जी के जो बोल थे, दे शिवा वर मोह है, शुभ कर्मन ते मैं कबू न डरूं. न डरूं जब न डरूं कभी जिससे जाए मरूं, निश्चय कर अपनी जीत करो. So these were the motivating, words of Guru Gobind Singh Ji and Ram Kumar Bismil, used to motivate my troops. Now my final attack was planned on 4th of July. Good about 20 days later, because the troops were not available, for the final attack. We required 2 more battalions. The final attack started on 4th of July, and we were to capture 2 posts, Whaleback and Pimple 1. Both the posts were captured as planned by 5 o'clock in the morning on 5th July. Thereafter, early in the morning, enemy launched a counterattack on Whaleback. I got frantic calls from my company commander that, sir, I want more reinforcements and more ammunition to deter the counterattack of the enemy. So I told him, okay, don't worry, I will send you more reinforcements. So more reinforcements were sent to him, but the reinforcement could reach only by 12 o'clock. The first counterattack of the enemy came at 8 o'clock in the morning, and this was beaten back by our artillery fire. Our artillery fire on the attacking enemy troops, saw the enemy, dropping on ground like a pack of cards. After this, the reinforcements were there, and the second counterattack came at 1 o'clock. So by then the reinforcements had reached, and we were able to beat enemy counterattack at 1 o'clock also. Enemy again tried the third counterattack at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and that too was beaten back. These 3 counterattacks were beaten by my troops due to grit and determination of my soldiers. I just want to narrate you one incident about Naik Balwan Singh, who was in one of these attacks. when he went ahead and captured the enemy bunkers, or the sangars as we call them there, he saw, one of the Pakistani soldiers, whose head was crushed behind a sangar. And second Pakistani soldier who was, having a photograph of his family in his hand. That means, I think, he knew that he is not going to survive, and that was his last wish, that he died seeing his family photograph. And the third one was so entangled in that bunker that we could not even recognize his face. And the fourth one was still alive, and he was begging to be killed by us so that his family could get the martyrs' compensation from the government. This was the sight of the Pakistanis, and this was all done by our own artillery fire. On the other side, where our attacking troops were there, the sight was again very bad. Young soldiers who were lying down, killed, and some of them did not even get chance to fire their weapons. Some had lost their eyes. Some were screaming with pain because of the artillery shelling. So the sight was really bad in that area. Actual war is very, very, bad. Then what happened was, this guy, Naik Balwan, when he was going ahead, he was shot on his back by one of the Pakistani, rangers. It hit him on his spine, and he was yelling. We could all see him, behind a boulder and trying to tell us, please don't come here. You will also get killed because I am going to die. Don't come here. But there was another soldier from his own village, Naik Kishanpal. In spite of telling him not to go there, he crawled towards Naik Balwan Singh to bring him back safely, so that he could get some medical aid. But while he was doing so, he was also hit by the enemy bullets. And both Kishanpal and Balwan Singh died there itself. You will never find such a camaraderie between the soldiers, so much of brotherhood that they were able to even die for each other just to save him from, danger of life and death. Such camaraderie can only be seen in the Indian Army. Now I'll take you to the final attack, that was attack on Pimple 2. This was being done by Major Ritesh Sharma with his company 2IC Captain Anuj Nayyar. Major Ritesh Sharma, when he started this attack, he was injured due to enemy shelling. Along with him, 5 more Jawans got injured. He rang me up and told me, sir, I'm injured along with 5 men. We will not be able to go for attack. So I said, okay, don't worry. You come back and get your first aid and hand over the command to Captain Anuj Nayyar. Captain Anuj Nayyar was just with 2.5 years of service. And actually, I had no other option, at that time, but to give the command of this company to Captain Anuj Nayyar. Anuj Nayyar, took this responsibility. And I told him, actually, I had promoted him from lieutenant to captain just 10 days back during the wartime. And I had told him, Anuj, I am putting more responsibility on your shoulders. I hope you will be able to shoulder this responsibility, because with extra pips on your shoulder comes extra responsibility also. And he had told me sir, don't worry, I'll never let you down. So I had full, confidence in this Captain Anuj Nayyar. Captain Anuj Nayyar then led his attack towards, Pimple 2, which had 4 bunkers. Till midnight, he was able to capture 3 bunkers with lot of, casualties to his own troops also, and with great firefight with the enemy. Finally, when he was going for the 4th bunker, an enemy rocket launcher hit him on the head and he collapsed. I was not in contact with Captain Anuj Nayyar. I was trying to, contact him, but he would not respond. Then I sent another patrol with with an officer towards, where Captain Anuj had gone, to see what has happened to him and why he is not attending my calls. So I sent another radio set with it. I thought probably the radio set would have, gone bad or would have been hit by a bullet. So when this officer went there, he informed me, sir, he can see Captain Anuj Nayyar and 5 Jawans next to the 4th bunker, lying motionless. Motionless means they were dead. This news, really shattered me, and I was really, it was really painful to see this young officer getting killed like this, because this officer was about to get married just after 1 month. Somewhere in the month of September, he was to get married to his schoolmate called Timmy. And before he went for the attack, I just want to tell you that he had his wallet with him and he had an engagement ring in one of his fingers. He took out that engagement ring and the wallet in which he had the photo of his fiancée and gave it to me and said, sir, please keep it with you. When I come back, I will take it from you. So I agreed to his little demand and I kept that ring and wallet with me. I did not know that Anuj Nayyar will never come back to take back his wallet and the ring. That was the moment which made me so sad about the whole episode. Next day, I launched a daylight attack to capture the 4th bunker and was able to capture the 4th bunker also. And we had the national flag flying on the 4th bunker. I rang up my boss and told him, sir, we have captured the whole objective and we have the national flag flying there. That was one of the happiest moments of my life. But this joy of victory lasted, for very little time, because after some time, I started seeing the dead bodies of my soldiers, coming back. And some were badly injured. Some were shot in the eye. Some had their limbs broken. Some were, with their hands broken. It was a very pitiful sight to see. Then I realized what price we had to pay to capture this objective. I lost 1 officer, 1 JCO, and 34 soldiers in this war. And about 100 soldiers were wounded with artillery fire and gunshot wounds. A heavy price to pay for this war. When I went to this war, I thought that, we'll have a lot of stories to tell when we come back to our friends and families. But after the war, I realized this war is not about stories. This war is brutal. So many soldiers get killed. So many fathers lose their sons. So many ladies lose their husbands. And so many children lose their father. So if somebody was to ask me today that would you like to see a war again, I would say a big no. I still live with this guilt that I could not bring all my soldiers back alive. And I lost 36 of them. I live with the guilt of having survived myself and not being able to, get those 36 bodies back to their families. The wars don't, give you anything. They give you only destruction. So the best way to resolve the disputes is by diplomacy and negotiations. So with this, I'll leave the, whole forum open to you all for few questions and answers.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Brigadier Bawa. So, children, you have seen how the enemy always surprises you. You might have a analysis that their strength is X, Y, Z, but actually their strength can be more than X, Y, Z. It can be X, Y, Z plus 100. It can be X, Y, Z plus 1,000. And like Brigadier Bawa has brought out, war is one place where there are no runners up. There is no second. There is nobody who is third. There is nobody who is getting a complimentary prize. It is always either first, that is win, or lose. Losing your officer, losing your men, it kind of brings you, your emotions run so high, you feel bad. But then finally, at the end of the day, yes, you have served the Mother Earth, you have served your nation, but then, like Brigadier Bawa has already brought out, at what cost? So therefore, you are going to be the future leaders. Tomorrow, many of you will be joining Army, Navy, Air Force. Many of you will be in the IAS, IPS, and many of you will be serving the nation in different kinds of different streams. In whatever capacity you serve the nation, let us now take back one small lesson, or rather I would say one very important lesson from what Brigadier Bawa brought out, that we should avoid war at all costs. We should, the option for war should be exercised only as the last option. Diplomacy is the option which should be exercised the most. So with this, we come to the conclusion of this part, and now we open the forum for the students to ask questions. And so let's have Nidhi Panchal from Nidhi Panchal from Secondary School Bareilly.
Yes, sir.
Secondary School Delhi, sorry.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. I am Nidhi Panchal of class 12 from Government Girls Senior Secondary School. मेरा आपसे प्रश्न यह है, आपके जीवन में ऐसी कौन सी घटना हुई जिसके कारण आपने देश की सेवा हेतु आर्मी ज्वाइन करने का फैसला किया?
मैंने आर्मी इसलिए ज्वाइन करी क्योंकि मेरे को जो ओजी यूनिफॉर्म थी उससे बहुत मैं इम्प्रेस होता था जब मैं छोटा था, और मैं भी चाहता था कि मैं भी एक ऐसा सोल्जर बनूं जो कि अपनी देश की रक्षा कर सकते हैं। इसलिए मैंने जब स्कूल में था उस टाइम, हमारे टाइम में या तो पेरेंट्स बोलते थे डॉक्टर बन जाओ या इंजीनियर बन जाओ, और कोई ऑप्शन हमको दिखता ही नहीं था। पर उस वक्त हमारे स्कूल में एक सैनिक स्कूल कपूरथला से एक स्टूडेंट आया और हमारे स्कूल में 10th में हमारी क्लास में आया। उससे मुझे पता चला कि नेशनल डिफेंस अकेडमी एनडीए के एग्जाम्स होते हैं और उससे अगर हम पास हो जाए तो हम आर्मी ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं। तो उसने और मैंने दोनों ने इकट्ठे नेशनल डिफेंस अकेडमी के एग्जाम की तैयारी करी और दोनों सिलेक्ट हो गए, और दोनों एनडीए में चले गए। उसने ज्वाइन किया नेवी, मैंने ज्वाइन की आर्मी।
Okay, Nidhi, you are happy with the answer? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Tejaswini from GGS
Yes,
Secondary
sir.
School, Delhi. Yes, Tejaswini, ask your
Sir,
question.
I am present. Sir, yes, sir, I am present.
Yeah, please ask your question, Tejaswini.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Tejashni from class 12 from Government Girls Senior Secondary School, सबोली। सर, मेरा आपसे प्रश्न यह है कि आप आर्मी से रिटायरमेंट के बाद देश की प्रगति के लिए क्या योगदान कर रहे हैं?
आर्मी के रिटायरमेंट के बाद मैं सबसे पहले अपने आप को फिट रखता हूँ। इसके लिए रोज सुबह मैं अपना मॉर्निंग वॉक के लिए जाता हूँ 1 घंटा, और 1 घंटा मैं अपना योगा करता हूँ। उसके बाद ये स्टूडेंट्स के पास मैं स्कूल्स में कई बारी जाता हूँ, जैसे कि आपको आज मैं एड्रेस कर रहा हूँ। कई बारी जाता हूँ जब स्कूल्स मेरे को इनवाइट करते हैं, और उनको मोटिवेट करता हूँ देशभक्ति के लिए और आर्म फोर्सेस ज्वाइन करने के लिए। इसी तरह से अपनी कहानियां मैं अपने यार दोस्तों को सुनाता हूं जो मेरे साथ योगा करते हैं, जो सारे सिविलियन फ्रेंड्स हैं। और जब वो ये देखते हैं और सुनते हैं तो उनके मन में हमारे देश के आर्म फोर्सेस के लिए बहुत इज्जत पैदा होती है। तो मेरा काम रिटायरमेंट के बाद सिर्फ लोगों को मोटिवेट करना, लोगों को एक डिसिप्लिन लाइफ बिताने के लिए प्रेरित करना, या और अपने अच्छी तरह से टाइम मैनेजमेंट करने के लिए प्रेरित करता हूं।
थैंक यू सर।
Okay. Aisha Siddiqui, SKV Noornagar.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Aisha Siddiqa. I am from SKV Gurunagar, studying in class 10. My question to you is, you commanded 17 JAT during the Kargil War. I want to ask, what was your feeling during the war?
Before the war, what happened was, when I came to know that I have to go for the war, first time, I rang up my wife and told her that I am going for operations. At that time, everything was being shown on the TV. There are a lot of bombardment taking place in Kargil area and all, and my wife and children weren't seeing that on TV. And when they came to know that I'm going there, I could, when I was speaking to my wife and telling her that, I could feel the uneasy calm in her voice. She was very worried. And when I saw this, I also realized that, I as a soldier, I have to, yes, when the time comes, I have to be there to fight the war for our nation, for our army. But as a father, it is also my responsibility to be alive and bring up my children and be with my wife in the difficult times. This conflicting requirements of a soldier, is there, his own duty and his duty towards his family and duty towards the nation. But nations for a soldier comes first, always and every time. So although, I wanted, to be with my family, but when the, nation wants me, that was my first feeling, to sacrifice, even be ready to sacrifice my life if the nation requires it. But I'm lucky that I'm still here with you all. But those people, those 36 people who are not there, that guilt is still with me. I lost them, and I still feel very sad for them and their families. Thank you.
Thank you, Aisha. Gurmandeep Singh, class 5, SBS School. Okay.
Kindly unmute yourself. He's
Mansi ma'am, please help him to unmute himself.
Nodal officer, please help him to unmute.
Gurmandeep, you are not audible. Please unmute yourself.
Okay, we go to Sukhmeet Kaur, SBS Public School. Okay, Srishti. Srishti, you are there? Okay, Daksh Basnet.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Daksh Basnet. I am from Sir Tashi Namgil Senior Secondary School, Gangtok, Sikkim. My question is, what message would you like to give to the students who are aspiring to join armed forces from the northeastern states?
Okay, I have myself served in Northeast for quite some time. I've served in Sikkim, that is in Nathula, which you must be very much aware. I was the company commander there. And then I've served in Nagaland, I've served in Mizoram, and I've served in, Shillong, Meghalaya. So what I see, in the Indian Armed Forces, the representation of Northeast students in the officer cadre especially is very less. My message to all of you is that, although in Assam, their representation is quite good, but all other northeastern states, the representation is very poor. I think probably because of lack of awareness about this profession and maybe that. But I've seen the troops of northeastern states. They are really very good, very tough, very agile, and very loyal. So I would like more officers from northeastern states to come and join the armed forces of India.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank Daksh. Now, can we see Gurmandeep Singh, class 5, SBS Public School? Okay, Aryan Rai, class 9, Majitar Secondary School, Rangpo, Sikkim. From Sikkim, Aryan Rai is there?
Yes, yes, sir.
Please show your video.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Ryan Moore, and I'm from class 9, Government Secondary School, Sikkim, Mamajita. So my
Ask
question
your
is,
question.
so my question is, how can one become great? Is it a natural thing, or do we have to build it in ourselves?
So he's asking, how can one become brave? Is this a natural thing, or do we have to build it in ourselves?
Okay, your question is, how can we become brave? It is a natural instinct, or we have to build in it. So being brave, is what? Brave means that we do not fear something, So if you do not fear anything, then you are a brave person. This is not a natural thing, inborn quality or something. This braveness or overcoming fear has to be, built. It comes with experience. It comes with exposure to various situations. And it comes with motivation. So if you are not afraid of something, that is, because you are motivated to achieve that particular thing or overcome that fear. You must have heard of that, famous quote in an advertisement, डर के आगे जीत है. तो अगर आपको डर है तो उसको ओवरकम करना पड़ेगा आपको। एंड वो ओवरकम करने का तरीका ये है कि आपको आपके ऊपर कॉन्फिडेंस होना चाहिए, आपके जो नीचे लोग काम कर रहे हैं उनके ऊपर कॉन्फिडेंस होना चाहिए। और मैं आपको अपना पर्सनल एग्जांपल बताता हूँ। जब मैं लड़ाई में जा रहा था, मेरे को भी फियर था। फियर ये नहीं था कि मैं जीऊंगा कि मरूंगा, मेरे को फियर था कि मैं फियर ऑफ फेलियर, कि मैं कहीं अगर अपना टास्क पूरा नहीं कर पाया तो कितना बुरा होगा, सब लोग मेरे को बोलेंगे कि ये कमांडिंग ऑफिसर था और इसकी वजह से हम हार गए। तो ये डर था, परंतु ये डर मैंने कैसे ओवरकम किया, मेरे को पता था। जैसे कि मैंने आपको बताया, राम कुमार बिस्मिल और गुरु गोविंद सिंह जी के कोट्स जो मेरे आइडियल हैं, उनको मैंने अपने साथ रखा और अपने जवानों को उसके बारे में बताया। मैंने अपने ऊपर, मेरे को अपना कॉन्फिडेंस था और मेरे को अपने जवानों के ऊपर कॉन्फिडेंस था, और ये मैंने ठान ली कि मैं वापस आऊंगा तो जीत के ही आऊंगा। दैट डिटर्मिनेशन, दैट विल टू ओवरकम ऑल odds is more important to overcome fear and become brave. I hope I have answered your question.
Sir, thank you so much, sir.
Okay. Anybody from SBS Public School? SBS Public School.
Mic is not working.
Okay, I can see you have raised your hand. Is your mic not working? Yes or no? Can you unmute? Audio is not visible. Say something. No. Okay, I'll request Nodal Officer Manjari Gupta to please see the audio part. There is some problem with his audio.
Take the question from the last.
Take the question. Now coming to CRPF Public School, Rohini, Om Krishna.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, please ask your question, please.
Sir, my name is Om Krishna and I am from CRPF Public School. Sir, my question is, how can you inspire the upcoming generations that acts of bravery are to evolve in everyday life to serve the nation and not merely be satisfied with a single act of gallant effort?
See, inspiration to the people to become, brave is by personal example. If I today am talking to you and talking about the bravery of my unit and my Jawans and my soldiers, you will also get motivated, after hearing these stories. So it is by personal example that you motivate people to achieve something which is not possible. Okay.
Okay. So that's okay with you, Om Krishna? You got your answer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Class 4, very small child. Bhavna, you are there? MCPS Bhaktawarpur Girls School. No, he's not there. Okay. Ishana Bawa.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, am I audible?
Yes. Can I see you on video, please?
Sir, my video is on. Is it?
Okay. Say your
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Ishana Bawa. I'm from APJ School, Panchsheel Park. And my question to you is, what was your initial inspiration to write the book, Mashko, Kargil as I saw it?
Yeah, my inspiration to write the book was because, actually during the COVID time, when nobody was even allowed to go outside the house.
Wait, others, please mute your mics. Brigadier Bawa is answering the question of Ishana Bawa. just mute your mics now. Your number will come, we'll call your name. So please go ahead.
Sir, the question was, how I got my motivation to write this book. So, during the COVID time, when everybody was locked in their own houses, that was the time, I did not know, inside the house what to do. I firstly decided, okay, let me, recapitulate what happened 20 years back and put it on paper. I always actually wanted to write a book, but somehow, it never, fructified during the service time because there was not enough time. But now I was retired. So first was I wanted my stories of my Jawans, to go to everybody, every civilian of this country. Otherwise, we know about the stories in the regiment, but normal civilian doesn't know, and he can know only if I write the book and it is available in public domain for anybody to read. So that was my first motivation. Second motivation was to tell the stories of my great Jawans to the public, and the third one was the mistakes that we have committed during the war. Generally, we write only good things about the war, but nobody tells you the mistakes. So in this book particularly, I have mentioned about all the mistakes that I made, my seniors made, or my juniors made. So that, we learn from these mistakes, and if a similar situation arises next time, we do not, face or lose more blood by committing the same mistakes again. So that was my motivation to write this book. Have I answered your question, please?
Thank you so much, sir. It's an honor speaking to you.
Okay. So now we have.
No, sir. Just
Hello,
Okay, Bhavna, class 4, Bakhtawarpur Girls School, Delhi. Yes, Bhavna, please speak. Please unmute her mic.
Good afternoon, sir. I am Charan from High School, Undajaram, East Godavari, Andhra Pradesh. I would like to ask a difference between
चंद्रशेखर जी को फोन करके
lieutenants and captains. What are the duties?
We can take your questions one by one. I'd like to ask Tina Chauhan ma'am to please unmute her mic and speak.
What are the difference between lieutenants? Yes, sir.
Okay, wait. I'll tell you. Wait.
Bhavna.
No, I want to speak to ZPHS. Which number is this? ZPHS Undra Javaram. Unmute your audio and then ask your question and tell your name. Unmute. Cannot hear.
Are we audible?
Yes, now you are audible.
Why
Please
did
speak.
why did enemy centers are patrolling, sir?
Good afternoon, sir.
Sir,
Reena Chauhan, madam, please control. I will tell you when to unmute your mic. I am not taking your question now. I am talking to ZPHS Undra. Javaram, speak. ZPHS
What
Undra
are the
Javaram, please
difference
speak.
between lieutenants and captain? And also, what are the duties, sir?
he's asking what is the difference between lieutenant and a captain.
Okay, your question is what is the difference between a lieutenant and a captain?
And their duties.
And their duties. See, a lieutenant wears 2 stars on his shoulder, whereas captain wears 3 stars on his shoulder. And the duties of lieutenant and a captain are almost the same. You can be given any type of duty. You can be the motor transport officer of the unit. You can be the signal officer of the unit. You can be the quartermaster of the unit. And any type of responsibility can be given to both of them.
Okay. Bhavna from MCPS Bhakthawarpur Girls School, Delhi. Nodal Officer Reena Chauhan, please switch on the video.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir. I switched on the video. Ask the question. बोलो ना.
सर मैं आपसे
भावना बोलो बेटा.
सर मैं आपसे चाहती हूँ आज के समय में सैन्य सेवाओं महिलाओं का योगदान क्या?
So they are asking आज के टाइम में सैन्य सेवाओं में वुमेन्स का क्या योगदान है?
अच्छा, आपका सवाल है वुमेन का क्या रोल है सैन्य सेवाओं में?
Yes.
अच्छा, ऐसा है कि आजकल तो आर्मी में ये लेडीज को भी अलाउ कर दिया है टू जॉइन आर्मी और वो किसी भी फील्ड में जा सकते हैं। इंडियन आर्म फोर्सेस में सिर्फ 3 एरियाज हैं जहाँ पे वुमेन अलाउड नहीं है, वो है इन्फेंट्री और एक है अपना मैकेनाइज्ड इन्फेंट्री और तीसरा है आर्मर्ड कोर। उसके अलावा किसी भी आर्म्स में ईएमई, इंजीनियर्स, सिग्नल्स, एजुकेशन, मेडिकल, सीएमपी, किसी भी फील्ड में आप जा सकते हैं। और एयरफोर्स में तो आपने देखा होगा वुमेन पायलट्स भी हैं, फाइटर पायलट्स भी हैं। तो वुमेन के लिए बहुत एरियाज खुल गए हैं और अभी आपको पता होगा कि नेशनल डिफेंस एकेडमी में भी वुमेन अलाउ कर दी हैं। अभी तकरीबन 20 हैं जो वुमेन जो कि एक कोर्स में ली जाती हैं और वो अपनी ट्रेनिंग कर रही है नेशनल डिफेंस एकेडमी में, उसके बाद आईएमए में करेंगी और फिर वो ऑफिसर बनेंगी। तो बहुत स्कोप है वुमेन के लिए आजकल।
ओके भावना, थैंक यू। तेंजिन बोटिया, क्लास 11, सिक्किम।
So am I audible?
Yes, yes, speak.
Jain sir, I am Tenzing Yangshin Bhutia from class 11 Humanities, studying at West Point Senior Secondary School, Gangtok, Sikkim. And my question to you is, sir, that what are the barriers of a soldier faced during his or her journey and how do they overcome it? Thank you.
What are the barriers?
What are the barriers a soldier face during his or her journey and how do they work?
See, the barriers which a soldier faces first and foremost is, a separation from his family. He is posted in a field area, non-family station, where his family is staying separately and the children are studying in a school because they have to study in a school. First is this barrier. Second is, as a soldier, I have actually not seen my children growing up. They have grown up with their mother itself. And I only used to come, once in 2 months in a year and take care of them. So the lady, that means officers' wives in the armed forces have to be very strong and should be able to live alone and bring up the kids. Third is, the children go from one place to another. After every 2 years, they get posted from one place to another because of the husband's posting. So the children have to adjust, to all the various, new friends, new schools, new areas, and it's a, difficult thing for them. But in a way, they become more smarter, they become more social, and they have more friends in this, whenever they change the stations. So they get more adaptable to the environment when they grow up. And you must have seen, army officers and defense officers, children, actually, when they grow up, they grow up quite independently. And they have done well in most of the fields. You have seen most of the beauty Miss India contest, and most of the, girls who are there, as a heroines present, they're all from the military background.
Thank you. Now we have Anusri from Tirupur, Ramakrishna Vidyalaya. Ramakrishna Vidyalaya Metric Higher Secondary School, Tirupur.
Janardhan.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Ask your question, please.
Good afternoon, sir. Myself Surya Bhagavati from Ramakrishna Vidyalaya Metric Higher Secondary School, Tirupur, Tamil Nadu. Sir, my question is, what advice would you like to give to youngsters and students who want to join the armed forces from a very young age?
What messages would you like to give the new generation who wants to join the army?
See, my message to the new generation who want to join army is that army as a career army is a passion. It is not a career for you. You have to be dedicated to your job, and it is, something, if you're adventurous, you're fond of seeing various places, and you're fond of physical activity, then this place is for you. And if you want to build a career out of the armed forces, then this place is not for building a career, because here lot of sacrifices have to be done, and lot of, and you get paid sufficiently well to take care of your family, but you don't earn so much to become, a very rich person or something like that. So if you want to become a very rich person, there are other professions, but if you really want to serve as a passion for the nation, then this, profession is for you.
Okay. Samprita.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Please ask your question.
From Sri Ramakrishna Vidyalaya School, Tirupur, Tamil Nadu. My question is, what is the best tribute we can offer to our dear martyrs who laid down their life for our motherland?
What tribute we can offer to our martyrs?
What is the best tribute we can offer to our martyrs who laid down their life for?
See, the best tribute to our martyrs is, pay respect to them by going to the war memorials, which is available in your area. Whenever, it's not necessary only on 15th August or 26th January. You can go anytime to these war memorials, which are available in your district or state, and pay respect to those martyrs who had laid down these lives for you people. And ever in life, suppose you meet a martyr's family or a martyr's, children, do take special care of them. Do respect them, because they have lost their breadwinner. And it is you people who have to support their families, and, so that they are not, inconvenienced in any way.
Okay. Got your answer? Thank you. Priyadarshini. Priyadarshini.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir. I myself Priyadarshini of Sri Ramakrishna Vidyalaya, Tirupur, Tamil Nadu. My question is, if girls join armed forces, what are the differences between the assignments of boys and girls in armed forces?
Okay, okay. So if girls join armed forces, what are the differences between the assignments of boys and girls in armed forces? That's your question. Okay.
See, like I told you, the boys, at present, the girls are not allowed to join the close combat arms like infantry and mechanized infantry and armored corps, where we have close contact with the enemy during wartime. Except for these three arms, the women or the ladies or the girls are allowed to join any other field of the Indian Army, Air Force, and Navy. So there's no difference, and you are also given a permanent commission nowadays. Previously, they used to get only absorbed only for short service commission, but now permanent commission is given to all the ladies and the women who have joined the armed forces. So except for three arms, which are the fighting arms, close combat arms, you are allowed to join any thing in the forces.
Nandita, class 12.
I'm Nandita from Ramakrishna Vidyalaya, Tirupur, Tamil Nadu. My question is, what are the career objectives for women in defense services?
What are the career objectives for women in defense services? Okay, Brigadier Bawa has just told you they have all options in the Army, Navy, and Air Force except some fighting arms. Okay, sir will elaborate further.
Yeah, and in addition to that, today we have women officers reaching the rank of lieutenant generals. We have one in medical field and one in Air Force and one in Navy. So you can go up to the highest rank. Probably you can't become the chief of army staff or naval staff. Maybe in years to come, we may have a woman leading the whole naval force or army force. But till now, they have reached up to the rank of lieutenant generals.
Okay. Thank you. Anushri,
Yes, sir.
class 12.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Anushri from Sri Ramakrishna Vidyalaya, School, Tirupur, Tamil Nadu. My question is, how the army personnel prepare?
Repeat your question, please.
How the army
How
personnel
the
give
army personnel
time to
prepare and to their families?
See, the army personnel, mostly what happens is 2 years you are in field area where no families are permitted. And after that, 2 years you go to a peace area where you can stay with your family. So what happens is when you are in field area, army personnel get 2 months of leave and 30 days of casualty. That is 90 days they, come, and it is broken into, 30 days you can break up. And 3 times you can go and visit your family, look after your, children, and take care of whatever the problems they are facing, and take them around for all their entertainment also. So, but when you come to a field area, you are staying with them, and you can be with them and stay in the same area for 2 years. So this is how we look after our families.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay. Vishwa, P. Vishwa, 11th standard, Puducherry. Okay. Yanam district, Betalam, Prashanti. Okay. Anybody wants to ask any question? Raise your hand first, please. Who wants to ask a question? Please raise your hand first. Okay. Yeah, you ask your question. Gurmandeep Singh. Unmute your audio.
Afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
GGSS चलाएंगे.
You ask your question.
GG triple S, please ask your question.
Good afternoon, sir.
Gupta. Yeah,
If in the future I am able to join army as a lady officer, what kind of work environment can I expect to face? I really need to know this, sir.
Can you please repeat your question?
Good afternoon, sir. If in the future I am able to join army as a lady officer, what kind of work environment?
Okay, what kind of job will be given to you if you join as a lady officer? Sir?
See, you have to opt for what type of job you want. You can go to education field where you'll be teaching the cadets and other people. You can go to medical field. You can go to engineering, signals, mechanical engineering, and Corps of Military Police also is taking, lady officers. So you can go join artillery. So a whole lot of things are available to you. And it depends upon what you are, a technical student or non-technical. If you are technical, you can join any technical arm. But if you are non-technical, then except for the fighting arms, that is mechanized infantry, infantry and armored corps, you can join anything that you want.
Good morning.
Yes, ask the question, please.
What is the difference between VeerGatha and
What is the difference between
VeerGatha and Subchakra?
Veer Chakra and Shaurya Chakra? Okay. There is no difference in the gallantry action. It depends on what kind of gallantry action the officer has performed, but it is just.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. You have heard me. Okay. Depending upon the gallantry action that the officer has performed, the citation goes from the unit and then it gets assessed at various stages. And whether it falls into the category of Veer Chakra, Shaurya Chakra, Mahavir Chakra, that is decided by a panel, okay, depending upon the gallantry action that one has performed.
We'll be taking last two questions from SPS Public School. Since your audio is not there is a problem with your audio, so I'm asking the question on your behalf from sir. Sir, the question is from Gurmandeep Singh, the little guy here. How do you keep yourself fit, and why do you think fitness is important to the role of someone serving in the army?
Yes, keeping yourself physically fit is the most important thing in the Indian Armed Forces. Army and Defense Forces is the only organization which gives you time for your physical fitness. There is 40 minutes of physical training every day in the morning and 1 hour of games every day in the evening. No other organization gives you time for physical fitness because in armed forces, physical fitness is very, very important. I, at this age of 65, after I've retired, still, I keep myself physically fit by going for 1 hour walk in the morning and doing 1 hour of yoga. Physical fitness will give you mental fitness also. When you're physically fit, certain hormones are released in your body, which will also energize your mind. And the whole day you feel that you are energetic and you don't feel lazy or tired in any circumstances. So that's why we always lay very important to remain physically fit.
So we are taking the last question for the interaction. So this question is from Sukhmeet Kaur. She asks, when you picked up a gun and fired a shot for the first time during your career, were your hands shaking? Were you afraid?
No, not at all. When I, held the gun for the first time, I was so thrilled, and because we were taught how to handle the weapon before that. And before we start firing, we are taught everything about that weapon. We could even dismantle the weapon, at night and again join it. That is the sort of training that we had got. And after that only, they give you that weapon in the firing range to fire. So you have a lot of confidence in yourself. You know that nothing can go wrong in this weapon. And the weapon's bullet will go in front only. It will not come behind and hit you. So there is no question of your hand shaking or anything like that. So don't be scared, even if you have to fire. Nothing will happen to you, and it's all safe.
Okay, thank you very much. Anybody else wants to ask any question? Just raise your hand first, and thereafter we close the interaction. Okay, thank you all the students. We are so happy to see very young students, class 3, 4, 5, 6, and up to 12th standard. And for joining us. And a big thanks to all the coordinators, all the state nodal officers, all the district nodal officers, all the inspectors of schools, and everybody to make this project VeerGatha a big success. And let me tell you, all the students, you guys are doing very well, doing paintings, doing media, multimedia, doing poetry, doing essay and writing and all that, paragraph writing and all that. So keep doing that. And I will just request here once again, the state nodal officers and the district nodal officers to ensure that not only the best entries, but the complete participation of the school students is entered in the drop-down menu, so that the total participation of the students is finally reflected. Okay, so that should be ensured by all of you. And lastly, when I have told you about the Gallantry Awards portal, once you go home, just Google Gallantry Awards portal. Go there and see what a beautiful portal we have made for all of you to go through the stories of the war heroes, to learn about Paramveer Chakra, Veer Chakra, Mahavir Chakra, Shaurya Chakra, Ashok Chakra, and all these, and see what you can add on. We are open to all kinds of suggestions. You can send your suggestions. So open the Gallantry Awards portal, and whatever views and reviews you have, you let us know. Thank you so much, all of you, for joining in. And once again, I, on my behalf of my complete team, Mr. Nikhil Saxena and Shipra and Himanshu, I once again, and again, lastly, on behalf of the Ministry of Defense, I thank Brigadier Bawa, sir, to have joined us and interacted so well with all the students. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, everybody, for interacting, and it was a lovely session, and enjoyed your questions and answering them.
Thank you.
Should we tell them about the link on YouTube?
Yeah, Himanshu.
This interaction have also been broadcasted on our YouTube live channel. The link have been dropped down in the chat box. You can watch this interaction later on YouTube also. So kindly go through that link, and you can share with your friends also.
Thank you. Shipra,
thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. Jai Hind. Have a nice day.